Hello everybody and welcome to UK GE 2024. I've stopped off with Tom at something called Moonstone. It's all new to me, never heard of it. What's it all about, Tom?
Well, it's the wonderfully whimsical fantasy skirmish game, Gerry.
Amazing, you've suckered me in with that one already. Yeah, fair enough. I may know a little bit about Moonstone already. If you don't, how have you got this far in life without coming across it? But it is a eclectic mix of 3 different factions.
3 currently.
But there are the brand spanking new shades being shown here. Not even arrived with Kickstarter backers yet. I know this because I've not got postage yet.
There's a handful have gone out. We've done like a smoke test on our fulfillment. So yeah, after this we're gonna start buying out the rest of them.
So tell us about the shades then as the newest faction for Moonstone.
So Moonstone's obviously known for its whimsical, quirky nature, and we knew that we wanted to have undead, or I kind of had this idea of these weird, medieval, creepy, strange, but also quite funny characters. Yeah. So a unique spin on undead, basically, and I think they're going to be incredibly popular. We've got these production copies of the resin that will be the ones which will eventually go on sale. And they look absolutely awesome. I'm super, super happy with them. Being able to lavish loads of time and attention on the design this time round, and they are looking absolutely kick-ass. So it's such a shame we can't sell them today, but we want to make sure all the Kickstarter backers get theirs.
Good.
Yeah, it's the only way.
I will say, one of the interesting things for me with the shades, obviously the other factions, they're a mix of various races. There's no specific goblin faction in Moonstone. They may crop up in any faction. You know, you can never tell what way you're going to go. It's a more blended society. You don't have the elves fight the goblins, fight the humans. It's a mix. And with the shades that carries across, there's a whole range of races and peoples in there, including some exciting new ones.
Yeah, we got psychopomps. So these are the strange little critters that have escaped from the Deadlands. So in the Deadlands, there are these little weirdos, basically, that attend to all your needs and bring you plates of grapes and things like that. When King Churnit, who's our big baddie, has opened the Deadlands, they've all scurried out into the live lands and they're having a wicked time, just causing chaos. So they're really cute and really fun. And we've got first box set. It's called Charge of the Fright Brigade. And I've already planned out the next box set, so there'll be more of these little critters, and I think people are going to love them. They're absolutely terrible in the game, awful, worst models we've ever made. But you know, the other models summon them and they pop along for free, and they run around causing chaos until they die.
But the nice thing about Moonstone is, while it can be played very competitively, it's such a leveler. Because of how you build your list, you build it basically on what do I want. You can min-max or you can go for the utter insanity. And I think the psychopomps really lend themselves to that.
I love doing the psychopomp builds. So there's obviously, with the shades, like all of our factions, there's lots and lots of different ways you can build your troops. And my personal favourite is the one where you just spam out as many psychopomps as possible and send through a swarm of absolutely useless guys to whittle down the opponent and gum them up, and then the rest of your soldiers sweep in behind. That's probably one of my favourite ways to build. But you can build around the King Churnit, and he's got all of his supporting retinue with his nanny coming along and his jester. There's spirits lists, which are kind of a very highly mobile and reactive list, kind of along the lines of goblins and fairies and their play style. You can build around Risen, who are a little bit like Commonwealth soldiers, and that they're just quite good at fighting. Not quite as good, but they make up for it by summoning the psychopomps and all the weird tricks and reanimate that they have instead. So I can't wait for people to start playing them. They're awesome fun.
Yeah. The first hints we had that something was going on was during the Awakening, when Eric was becoming a proper knight rather than a squire, and that had its own little branching path where there was 3 different possibilities for how Eric was going to end up. Do you have plans to do something similar again with sort of pushing the storyline a bit further?
I think we will, but it's not coming this year. But that was so popular, that fate of Eric. So I think an opportunity perhaps between our book 3 and book 4 to sort of allow people to sort of shift it again might be a fun thing to do. But I love the Eric model that came out of it. He's absolutely awesome.
Best one.
And
La Chevault.
yeah, and obviously in our Kickstarter we did make the prize you could have won in the Eric on the Beetle. So he was a limited edition that may crop up in our King's Coffers sales in August, the ones that are left over from the Kickstarter fulfillment, if we fulfilled all of the orders by that point.
Okay. Well, there you go, folks. If you haven't come across Moonstone before, there's a ton of Let's Plays out there. There's some really nice lore backstory as well.
Some great stuff on OnTableTop.
We do have some as well. Warren gets smashed, which is always good, clean family fun. But it's definitely worth checking out. You can just let yourself go absolutely wild with your table builds, as you may see behind us, because it's just such a fantastic place to visit, a place to explore, and you don't have to limit yourself in how you put your faction together or the list you build. You can go very creatively based solely on what the models look like. If you're here at the Expo, just come straight in the front door, turn left, and you'll see the Moonstone table. And otherwise, you can check them out, moonstonethegame.com. We're going to move on, see what else there is to see here at the Expo. Bye-bye.